It's hugely traumatic time for people, being given a diagnosis of cancer, even hearing the word cancer, being told about chemotherapy treatments or radiotherapy or treatments that they may need to have.
My body was healing very nicely, very quickly, but my brain was in a flat spin and I was terrified. I was full of fear and dread. I was very angry. Can't altogether remember why now, but I suppose because my life had been taken from me as I saw it.
This is one of the 8 dedicated cancer centres in the country. The Cancer Centre is located at the Midwestern Regional Hospital in Limerick. Its services for people
It's hugely traumatic time for people, being given a diagnosis of cancer, even hearing the word cancer, being told about chemotherapy treatments or radiotherapy or treatments that they may need to have.
My body was healing very nicely, very quickly, but my brain was in a flat spin and I was terrified. I was full of fear and dread. I was very angry. Can't altogether remember why now, but I suppose because my life had been taken from me as I saw it.
This is one of the 8 dedicated cancer centres in the country. The Cancer Centre is located at the Midwestern Regional Hospital in Limerick. Its services for people affected by cancer are wide-ranging. It offers treatment, advice, counselling and support to cancer patients and their families. The number of people being diagnosed with cancer in this region is increasing. It now stands at 1,610 people a year. This is not just 1,610 individuals who are affected, it's 1,610 families, their relatives, their friends and their communities. Some activities at the centre are funded by the Midwestern Cancer Foundation, established directly as a result of the contributions made by those who have benefited from services there.
The centre was developed in 2001 and that was on the basis of the first National Cancer Strategy published in 1996 and adopted by the former Health Board in the following year. And with support from the Midwestern Hospitals Development Trust and the Health Board, the funding was raised and the centre was built. With remaining money from the Trust, as well as support from the Health Board and donations, we were also able to build this support centre 2 years later. The Trust then funded and built the Radiotherapy Centre in October 2005. This has made an enormous difference to patients, their families, in having these facilities locally, and it's taken away the hardship of travelling, being away from home, and also provided local care and support.
Good morning, Cancer Information and Support Centre, Mira speaking.
The centre is staffed by a team of professionals and volunteers, skilled not just in the treatment of cancer, but equally skilled in advising patients and their families on the range of oncology, radiotherapy, inpatient and support services that are available.
There's an extensive range of cancer services here in the Midwest and Dooradoyle and Limerick. We have an inpatient ward and a day ward, both of which give chemotherapy treatments. We have the radiotherapy unit. We have a range of specialist nurses, like the breast care nurses, that meet people as they're going through their journey when they have a diagnosis of cancer and through the treatments. They're there to give people information, to answer questions for them, to be a contact for people when they're at home, and to help them through the journey as they have their treatments beforehand and also afterwards as well. We're sitting here in the garden of the Information and Support Centre. We're waiting for the sun to shine on us, but hopefully it will. The Information and Support Centre offers complementary therapies to patients who are having treatments or who have cancer. They offer reflexology, Reiki, Indian head massage and a hand paraffin wax as well. They're there to help people as they cope through having treatments. They also have counselling services, and we're very lucky to have a psychologist who works with us as well. and will meet up with patients or they'll meet up with their families as well. There's the men's and the women's support groups that run once a month. And we also have workshops that run throughout the winter. We have one for carers of people who have family members who have cancer, and we have one for ladies with gynecological cancers. So we're trying to meet the needs of people who come through our service who have cancer and their families. One of our most popular workshops is an afternoon workshop for ladies called the Look Good Feel Better, and they come to us and they have an afternoon with us. They go through makeups and they're given a pack, and it's a lovely afternoon. Everybody who comes really enjoys it.
Patients are at the very heart of the work carried out here. It's patient-centred and patient-led. It's about meeting their needs in a holistic way prior to, during and post-treatment. Many patients believe the work, the support and the expertise of the staff of the support centre has been critical to their ongoing treatment and recovery.
I had a breast cancer diagnosis in 2007, and of course all hell broke loose, and I had myself dead and buried. And I fell in the door of this place totally by mistake one day. I'd had surgery. I had it very quickly. Surgeon was going on holidays and he said, well, I'll do you now or you do you later. So I thought, well, cancer today, gone tomorrow, wonderful. But it wasn't quite like that. So time went by and I had chemotherapy and radiotherapy and all that goes with it. And I dealt very well with the treatments. I kept very much in touch with the people here though. I came in and I had lovely therapies, especially Reiki. Reiki was wonderful. You met people who were in the same boat as yourself. We rarely talked about cancer or treatments. We were talking about holidays, makeup, clothes, gossip. But we were coming from the same place. And you didn't have to put a face on like you felt you had to at home, not to upset the family any more than they were already, because my family loved me very much and I knew how upset they were. So I was trying to smile when I went home. But here I could. If I wanted to curse, I could curse. I was in my own place in some ways.
There's a huge benefit for patients coming here to the support centre and having complementary therapies. Having the centre here can help to support them. It can give them therapies that can help them to relax. It helps them to cope with that unknown side of things. It's hugely beneficial to people, and it can turn what may be a negative experience into a positive one for them.
The centre began as a result of the financial generosity of people and their families who had been affected by cancer. Raising funds is vital to enabling the centre to continue its work into the future.
Well, we've always been fortunate to receive generous donations from patients, families, friends, and indeed anonymous donations. And in 2007, we decided to form the Mid-Western Cancer Foundation, following from the success of the first butterfly ball and fashion show. The foundation was officially born, and ever since it has grown, streamlining donations that we receive, as well as helping those who'd like to fundraise for us. The foundation has also occasionally promoted events such as the annual Butterfly Ball, and in 2010 we actually had the University of Limerick Orchestra and other artists performing at a very well received summer concert at the Limerick Racecourse. The foundation has received over 400,000 euros in the last 3 years, and much of this money has been spent in helping patients through their journey, through treatment and supporting them in both emotional and psychological ways. Well, the foundation has funded refurbishment of the Cancer Centre, the Oncology Day Ward, new flat screen television sets, replacement of the recliner chairs that they use on the day ward, and a new reception area and so forth. Our capital funds have been used to support research and to buy equipment, such as a portable echocardiogram machine that's used to check heart function in patients receiving chemotherapy. We've also supplied 2 new modern ultrasound machines and other equipment for Dr. Wallace and his colleagues in the radiology department.
This is one of 2 brand new state-of-the-art ultrasound machines purchased by the Mid-Western Cancer Foundation for the regional hospital here in Dooradoyle. These machines are state-of-the-art ultrasound, enabling us to see deep within the body and make diagnoses of disease, particularly cancer and where it has spread to. And it replaced our old machines about a year ago. and has been a huge contribution to the hospital in diagnosing patients with ultrasound.
The foundation has also funded an immunostainer for histopathology that our pathology colleagues use to give a more detailed analysis of tumours, a portable Doppler probe for one of my clinical nurse specialists, Olive, and Olive is therefore able to locate veins in patients to put a catheter which allows blood sampling as well as the administration of chemotherapy and other drugs. The foundation has also been able to support research projects at the University of Limerick, and particularly with the Stokes Research Institute, looking into the detection and development of cancer.
Without the foundation's help, we probably wouldn't have been able to purchase these machines. We'd have been left with some of the less modern machines to work with. So it's been a huge contribution to the hospital, and has enabled us to really advance our ultrasound practice within the region, particularly with oncology patients.
Well, there are many, many people, groups and organisations to thank for all their continuing support of the foundation. Obviously my fellow board members, our accountants and our advisors, all of whom have given their time and expertise, as well as those who have kindly helped in running the foundation and the support centre. And in particular I'd like to thank Mary, as well as Lisa, who's the foundation's administrator, who has been a great help to me and the foundation. But finally, I must sincerely thank all of you, patients, families and friends, who have donated so much to the foundation to help in its mission. It is most humbling to be involved in such generosity and goodwill that then allows us the privilege to care for those who have cancer. Thank you.
I owe them an awful lot, this support centre and the people in it, and I'll always be grateful to them. While the doctors and the nurses over in the treatment centre gave me back my life and they gave me back my health, and I'll never forget that. But the people here kept me sane and they kept me on an even keel, and they made the hard things easy, and I owe them so much, and thank you all of them.